The deadline in this sector for voluntary presentation at the experimental center is 6 o'clock.
You're supposed to be an artist. Use your imagination.
Oh, thanks a lot. I'm all out.
What's happening, everybody? Shelton J. Think About It Radio. Straight from the streets, baby. I know you guys are used to listening to us on Tuesday, but we had to move it to Wednesday because there was some prior engagements that had to be taken care of. But we here, turn on. Can you dig it? I got my heavy hitter in the building with me tonight, Mr. Brandon Whiting. We was going to have Mr. Vincent Booker, but, that cat back in that witness protection program again. We looking for him. We are looking for him.
You got an APB out for him, huh?
We got to look out for him, man. We got to look out for him. Can you dig it? Mr. Whiting, how you doing this evening, my brother?
Oh, man, I'm listening, bro. It's always a pleasure and an honor, man, to be in good company, man.
I appreciate it. Oh,
yes,
give the information for Mr. B's Moving Company real quick, too, so that people can know what you do and how you do what you do.
Yeah, man. I got the moving company going, man. Nothing is too big or too small for me to move, man. And you can hit me up at my email, Brandon Whiting, number 20 at gmail.com. Or you can hit me up on Facebook, at Brandon Whiting. I'm Shelton's friend. So, you can inbox me, man, and let me know when, you need to move, and we can go from there.
All right. I can dig it. I can dig it. Yeah, he would do a great job for you. I guarantee.
Yes, that's what I do, man.
Man,
sir.
I put out there tonight, man, we talking since the NFL is coming up, right? I felt like it was just the right time to put it out. I'm sure people have talked about this at nauseum and over again on different little stations and all that. But Think About It Radio hasn't really dove into that. So we're talking about the Kaepernick situation from last year and talking about how now, as of today, I don't believe he's with a team and no one has picked him up. And I can only think that because of his stance that he decided to make last year in reference to the police brutality or the innocent victims, I guess, getting caught up in the mix of just an array of just unarmed shootings that was going on, right? Or at least what was being shown, right? He decided to speak about that. And again, in my mind, I'm just looking at it that those teams now are turning their backs on him because he decided to say something about an issue that really needs to be stated or spoken upon. And also, we're going to talk about the fact that 70% of the NFL, I think over 70%, the last numbers that I looked at are African-American players. So I want to discuss on this round table as we talk about, do you feel there was enough solidarity amongst those brothers due to the fact there's so many of them there, or do you feel like maybe they had limits on what they could or couldn't do based upon the position that they're in? And we're just going to talk about all that tonight on Straight from the Streets. And Mr. White, thank you again for your time, my brother. And just let you just marinate on that, man, and just, respond to that a little bit, man, in the way that I know that you do.
Yeah, man, yeah. Thank you.
You breaking up? Hello?
It's a complex situation.
Okay, I just heard you. You faded out for a minute. You must have fell in a hole or something. All right, now start over. It's a very complex issue.
Yeah, I feel it's a very complex situation, concerning this brother and people taking the stand. Like you said, I believe it has everything to do with him. Taking a stand and speaking out against, what he feels is, what he believes in his heart, to be wrong, not what he believes in. Only on really, he needs up for what he believes in. But that is a form of standing up for what he believes in. So I believe he caught a lot of backlash from that because of this. Because, he's a professional player. A lot of times they just want you to do that job. They don't want you to, speak out on social issues or whatnot. So I believe that, he stood up for what he believed in, and a few other people, they follow suit. But I think they did it in not so much a uniform way, So
I know. That's
you know,
exactly.
when
I know.
when you start doing that, they're able kind of to pick you apart. And also when a person jump out there as a leader of anything, or they find out, or they try to figure out who's the leader, that's who they're going to try to take down as an example. So they trying to set an example for other people who may fall. I ain't going to tell you that you can't play straight up because, you know, you already earned it. So we'll just blackball you.
Yeah.
So that may be what's going on. That's what I think.
That's in my opinion, man. I know you're traveling and moving around too, though, bro. So I'll let you know if you fade out or not. You know, as far as the sound and everything. I know you be going through them woods and everything and traveling.
Yes, sir.
So, you know, but
you know, I'm mobile, but I'm still trying to do it, bro, because I want to.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Yes,
I do.
Sir.
I do. I appreciate it, man. Again, I appreciate your time and energy that you put into the shows that we do, because it's all in love. It's all in just, you know, getting information out and then just sharing information and just getting us to just really just sit back and think. As I say, think about the radio. Just sit back and think. It's not about making you believe one way or make another person knock a person for believing their particular way. It's all about just putting it in your mind and then just, okay, well, dang, I didn't think of it that particular way. And then you make a decision from there. You know, it's an educated decision based upon how you feel. Whatever makes you sleep good at night is up to you. It's up to you.
Right.
You know, but it's funny you would say that about the controversy and all that. They say they just want you to play ball or whatever. I was having a conversation with someone today, and they were stating that her and her husband had an issue with the issue with the Kaepernick and how we because they said it became political. You know, football became political rather than, you know what, just play football, right? You know, you guys are paid. You know, you're here to entertain us. You know, go play. Just go play. Don't, like you say, don't say anything. Don't have any opinions. You know, we would tell you what we want you to think. Right, we have what they say. They give everyone what they call handlers, right? So they handle them and they let them know exactly how they want them to do, and now you're gonna go against the grain. Okay, that's a problem. All right, we have a problem with that, and that's my opinion. What I think, you know, their response to him was, and the people that want to defend it or like the NFL, no problem. You know, knock yourself out. I'm just simply saying that me personally, I'm going to stay away from it, and I have a whole different view from it because how you're telling me you don't care, okay?
Right.
I don't really care that was his job or that was his place and they planned him to play ball. He was using that platform to send a message. And their response was, we don't want to hear that. We don't have time for that. That's a problem. Rather than asking why is he doing what he had to do, you know, people responded in a negative way. They saw the end result rather than asking, okay, why is this a big deal? Let's have a conversation about that. You know, I called the NFL this morning, the offices, and I left them a message. And I let the lady know. I said that I'm sure that me, one person, not watching the NFL because of how I feel or whatever, may not mean a hill of beans. It may not mean anything, but I just felt compelled to give you guys the reasons why. You know, I felt, and I left all this on the message and everything, and I felt that the NFL had an opportunity, right, with the over 70% African American representation to send a message to say, you know what, that is wrong. That is a problem. We need to say something about it. They support other causes wholeheartedly, uniformly, on a regular basis. Why not this particular cause when, again, 70% of those people that's happening to. You dig what I'm saying, though? That's representing your brand, that shield, okay? They may have family members or know someone that's going through that, and you tell me I can't speak on that without it being an issue? So where's this freedom that you talk about? So this freedom for this flag and everything you want me to stand up for and represent, you're taking that from me. Okay, I have that opinion, right? Again, let's have a conversation of why that opinion is taking place. And that's been my biggest issue with this whole thing, man. Not picking fights, not trying to be argumentative, not trying to do none of that, man. My whole thing is that the reason why I just can't sit and look at it like that no more, because all I'm seeing is run, inward, run, right? Because and go inward, go, because you telling me that this is how we're going to treat somebody that want to stand up for y'all.
Right. I'm gonna say this, bro. You know, and I feel you too. And some of it has some remnants of, you know, reminiscent of slavery. I seen somebody put a picture one time. You know how they see how fit you are and everything for when you know how they gonna like how much you weigh, your height and everything. And that's why I say it's reminiscent of slavery too, because they like, you good and healthy. They check you. We do a physical. So in a sense, sometimes that's reminiscent of slavery. How they used to,
look at them before they sell them, put them on an auction block.
Right. So, that's one perception. And some people may not look at that, but
a lot of people don't look at that.
Right.
I mean, when I have those kind of conversations, man, with people, there you go with that slavery. There you go with that stuff again. Everything ain't got this. Everything ain't got to be that,
right.
And I'm telling you, man. So a lot of times, as much as I talk, sometimes, man, I don't have a lot to say, depend on who I'm around, because the conversation will become, I'll have to defend myself for feeling the way that I feel, because the majority of people will not feel that particular way, right? And in reading and studying and just watching stuff, man, and just looking at things and being observant, man, the atrocities of the institution of the transatlantic slave trade, the whole nine, man, was absolutely atrocious. When you start looking at stuff about that and studying that, man, and look at all those things that happened and the reason why they kept going back, because the little kids didn't make it and all that stuff, and so many didn't make it, it's horrendous. And that thing never got a resolution. It just got, okay, you're out, you're free, here you go, and then here come hindrance from here you go. Okay, if you want me to not bother you, then don't bother me, right? If I'm all these things that's negative, then get out of my way. But look how the people take advantage of that now and are winning from that, right? And you look at all the numbers as far as African Americans are concerned, we're winning, but in the wrong numbers. You dig what I'm saying? So my thing is that we talking about this unity and stuff like that. It has to be more of that. It has to be more of a collective effort. And that's why I say the question, the 70% that was there, they're told what they can't do, what they can and can't do, And so it's like, if you're not, you can't get this money, because as we say, it's only a small percentage that make it, right?
Yeah, and you're right. That is correct. It's only a small percentage that make it, and it's kind of touching on what you're saying too. There's other stipulations in that contract, like we see them going to read to children and stuff like that. Not saying some of them don't want to do it, but some of that is part of a contract. So a lot of things they sign up for, but one thing that they don't sign up for is the freedom of speech. And kind of going back to what you were saying earlier, how some people say, well, I just want to see them play football. Well, it's good to use your celebrity to speak out against social issues. If you feel that, you're not wrong. You're not wrong for doing that. But it's just like, it shakes something in people, because, a lot of times people don't want to, deal with these realities. But this is no different when you go back in the 60s and even before then. Like Stevie Wonder, he was part of the civil rights too, as well, with MLK. So he a singer though, So Harry Belafonte, these actors. So this is no new thing that singers, actors, and other celebrities who have used their celebrity status to speak out against social issues. And we brought up Muhammad Ali last time, over boxing. And that's what he used his celebrity for, not just boxing, but also fighting injustices as well. So that's my answer to that, But a lot of times we don't look at this history, and we don't got comfortable, and we want to put people in a box. But, this brother's not wrong. And not just a brother, it's other people, Bruce Springsteen, a lot of these people don't raise money for poor, impoverished people, third world countries, so to speak. I say so to speak because it's really not no third world. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, so it's different systems and different things that should be addressed. Nobody say nothing about Willie Nelson helping farmers. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He was doing that for a long time, So there's nothing wrong with that to me.
People are selective.
Like whatever issue.
People are selective about what they get upset about. They're selective about what they choose to support. They're selective about what they choose to protest. I mean, people are selective.